In the serene village of Singan, nestled among lush green hills, there was a peaceful monastery. The monks in this monastery were dedicated to living a life of simplicity and mindfulness. Among them was a wise and gentle monk named Long. He was known not just for his wisdom, but also for his compassion and kindness. One sunny morning, as Long was tending to the garden, he noticed a young girl standing at the monastery gate. She looked lost and uncertain, her clothes simple but neat. With a soft smile, Long approached her. "Good morning, young one," Long greeted gently. "How may I assist you?" The girl looked up, her eyes filled with a mix of curiosity and hope. "My name is May," she began hesitantly. "I've heard that the monks here are very wise. I seek guidance." Long nodded, understanding the depth of her unspoken troubles. "Come, let us sit and talk," he invited, leading May to a quiet spot under a large banyan tree. As they settled down, May began to share her story. She spoke of her life in the bustling city, her job as a librarian, and her encounters with a young boy named Wei, who loved stories about dragons. She mentioned an elderly man named Jiang, who found joy in the simplest things, and a man named Li, who had recently joined their storytelling club. "I feel a void in my heart, a longing for something more," May confessed, her voice trembling slightly. "Despite my cheerful demeanor, loneliness often shadows my days." Long listened intently, his eyes reflecting understanding. "Loneliness can be a heavy burden," he said softly, "but sometimes it is in the simplest moments that we find true happiness." He then shared a story from his own life. "When I was a young monk, I too struggled with feelings of loneliness," Long began. "I often found myself yearning for something I could not name. One day my master, an elderly monk named Yun, noticed my struggle. Yun had taken Long to the village, where they spent the day helping the villagers with their daily tasks. They worked in the fields, tended to the animals, and shared meals with the families. By the end of the day, Long felt a sense of fulfillment and joy he had never known before. It was in those small acts of kindness and connection that I found a deeper sense of belonging," Long explained. "True happiness is not found in grand gestures, but in the simple everyday moments." May listened, her heart slowly filling with hope. "Thank you, Master Long," she said sincerely. "I will try to find joy in the small moments." As May prepared to leave, Long gave her a small wooden carving of a dragon. "This is for Wei," he said. "Tell him that dragons, like happiness, are found in the most unexpected places." With a grateful smile, May returned to the city. She felt lighter, her heart buoyed by the monk's wisdom. She shared Long's story with Wei, Jiang, and Li, and they too found comfort in his words. Days turned into weeks, and May began to notice the small moments of happiness in her life. She cherished the time spent with Wei, the wisdom shared by Jiang, and the quiet strength of Li. Each day she found new reasons to smile. One evening, as May was closing up the library, she noticed Li waiting for her. "I want to thank you," he said, his voice steady and sincere. "Your storytelling club has brought so much joy into my life." May felt her heart warm. "I'm glad to hear that, Li. You've brought joy into my life as well." As they walked home together, May realized that her life was filled with the very moments of happiness that Long had spoken of. The void in her heart was slowly being filled, not by grand gestures, but by the simple everyday moments that made life beautiful. Meanwhile, Wei's fascination with dragons grew. Inspired by the wooden carving Long had given him, he began creating his own dragon stories. Each Saturday, he would eagerly share these tales with the storytelling club, his enthusiasm infectious. Zhang, on the other hand, found joy in the act of listening. He would often sit quietly, absorbing the stories and reflecting on their deeper meanings. His presence was a comforting anchor for the group, a reminder that happiness could be found in quiet contemplation as well. Li, with his quiet strength, became a pillar of support for May. He would often stay after the storytelling sessions, helping May organize the library and discussing the stories they had heard. Their bond grew stronger with each passing day, built on a foundation of shared moments and mutual respect. As the seasons changed, so did the dynamics of the group. The storytelling club evolved into a close-knit community, each member contributing their unique perspective on life and happiness. They celebrated festivals together, supported each other through challenges, and found joy in the simple act of being together. One crisp autumn evening, as the group gathered for their weekly session, May announced, "I have a special surprise for everyone." She led them to a small room at the back of the library, where a new section had been created. Shelves lined with books on mindfulness, happiness, and Buddhist philosophy awaited them. This section is dedicated to the wisdom that Master Long shared with us, May explained. I hope these books will continue to inspire us and guide us on our journey to happiness. The group was touched by May's gesture. They spent the evening exploring the new section, sharing their thoughts and reflections on the books they found. As the evening drew to a close, May looked around at her friends, her heart swelling with gratitude. She realized that the void she had once felt was now filled with love, joy, and a sense of belonging. The simple moments of connection and the wisdom of Master Long had transformed her life in ways she had never imagined. And so, in the serene village of Shingan and the bustling city where May lived, the teachings of Master Long continued to spread, touching the lives of many and bringing happiness in the most unexpected places. The days in Shingan grew shorter as winter approached, and the cold winds brought a sense of quiet reflection to the monastery. Master Long continued his daily routines, teaching the young monks and tending to the garden. The story of Mei, Wei, Jiang, and Li had touched him deeply, reminding him of the interconnectedness of all beings. One frosty morning, as Long was sweeping the courtyard, a messenger arrived with a letter for him. The letter was from Mei, expressing her gratitude for his guidance and sharing the joy that the new library section had brought to her friends. Long smiled as he read her words, his heart warmed by the knowledge that his teachings had made a difference. Inspired by May's letter, Long decided to share more of his wisdom with the community. He gathered the monks and villagers for a special session under the banyan tree, where he spoke about the importance of compassion and mindfulness in daily life. True happiness, Long began, is found not in material possessions or grand achievements, but in the simple everyday acts of kindness and connection. It is in helping others, in listening with an open heart, and in being present in each moment. The villagers listened intently, their hearts touched by Long's words. They began to reflect on their own lives, recognizing the moments of happiness that they had overlooked. Slowly, a change began to take place in the village. People became more mindful of their actions, more compassionate towards each other. Back in the city, May continued to find joy in her interactions with Wei, Jiang, and Li. The new library section became a popular spot, attracting visitors who were eager to learn about mindfulness and happiness. The storytelling club flourished, with more members joining and sharing their stories. One evening, as the group gathered for their weekly session, May noticed that Wei seemed unusually quiet. Concerned, she gently asked, "Is everything all right, Wei?" Wei looked up, his eyes troubled. "I miss my grandmother," he admitted. "She used to tell me stories about dragons and happiness. I wish you could see how much I've learned from you all." May's heart ached for Wei. "Your grandmother's stories live on through you, Wei," she said softly. "Every time you share a story, you honor her memory." Li, who had been listening quietly, spoke up. "I have an idea. Why don't we dedicate a special storytelling session to Wei's grandmother? We can all share stories about the people who have touched our lives and brought us happiness." The group agreed enthusiastically, and the following Saturday they gathered for the special session. Wei shared his grandmother's favorite dragon story, his voice filled with emotion. Mei, Jiang, and Li also shared stories about the people who had influenced their lives, each tale a testament to the power of love and connection. The session was a deeply moving experience for everyone, a reminder that happiness is often found in the bonds we share with others. As the evening drew to a close, May felt a profound sense of gratitude for her friends and the community they had built. Meanwhile, in Shingen, the villagers continued to embrace the teachings of Master Long. They organized community events, helped each other with daily tasks, and found joy in the simple act of being together. The village, once quiet and reserved, became a vibrant and harmonious community. One day, a young monk named Chen approached Long with a request. "Master Long, I would like to visit the city and learn more about how your teachings are being embraced there. May I have your permission to go?" Long considered Chen's request carefully. "Yes, you may go," he said finally. "But remember, true learning comes not just from observing, but from experiencing and practicing mindfulness and compassion in every moment." Chen bowed respectfully and set off for the city, eager to learn and share the wisdom of the monastery. When he arrived, he was welcomed warmly by Mei and her friends, who were delighted to have a visitor from Shingan. During his stay, Chen joined the storytelling club, participated in community events, and shared the teachings of Master Long with everyone he met. He was impressed by the way the city's residents had embraced mindfulness and compassion, and he learned much from their experiences. As his visit came to an end, Chen felt a deep sense of connection with the city and its people. "I will carry your stories and your kindness back to the monastery," he told Mei and her friends. "And I hope that our bond will continue to grow, bringing happiness to both the city and the village." With a heart full of gratitude, Chen returned to Shingan, where he shared his experiences with the monks and villagers. The stories of the city inspired them to continue their practice of mindfulness and compassion, strengthening the bond between the two communities. Master Long watched with pride as the ripple effect of his teachings spread far and wide. He knew that true happiness was not a destination, but a journey, one that was made meaningful by the simple everyday moments of connection and kindness. And so the story of Mei Wei, Jiang, Li, and Chen continued, each chapter a testament to the power of compassion and the joy of living in the present moment. The bond between the city and the village grew stronger, united by a shared commitment to finding happiness in the simplest of things. In the tranquil village of Shingan, the arrival of spring brought new life and vibrant colors. The villagers, inspired by Master Long's teachings, continued to live with mindfulness and compassion. Meanwhile, in the bustling city, Mei and her friends nurtured their bond, finding joy in the simplest of moments. One day, as Mei was organizing the library, she found a letter tucked inside a book. The letter was from Chen, expressing his gratitude for the time he had spent in the city and sharing stories about the villagers of Shingan. Mei smiled as she read his words, feeling a deep sense of connection to the distant village. That evening, the storytelling club gathered as usual, but there was a palpable excitement in the air. Mei had planned a special session, inviting everyone to share stories about the people and places that had touched their lives. Wei was the first to speak. "I want to tell you about my grandmother," he began, his voice filled with emotion. "She taught me that dragons are symbols of strength and happiness. She believed that happiness could be found in the smallest of things, like the smile of a friend or the beauty of a sunset." Wei's words resonated deeply with the group, reminding them of the wisdom that Master Long had shared. Jiang, with his gentle demeanor, spoke next. "When I was a boy, my father taught me the art of calligraphy. He said that each stroke of the brush was a reflection of the soul. Through calligraphy, I learned to find peace and happiness in the present moment." Li, who had grown close to the group, shared a story about his childhood in a small village. "My mother used to tell me that happiness is like a river. Sometimes it flows gently and sometimes it rushes with great force. But no matter what, it always finds its way. I've come to realize that happiness is not something we chase, but something we embrace in our everyday lives." As Mei listened to her friends, she felt a profound sense of gratitude. Their stories were a testament to the power of human connection and the enduring search for happiness. Inspired by their words, Mei decided to visit Shingan and meet Master Long in person. The journey to the village was long, but Mei was filled with anticipation. When she finally arrived, she was greeted warmly by the villagers and monks. Master Long welcomed her with a kind smile, and they spent hours discussing the teachings of mindfulness and compassion. During her stay, Mei experienced the simplicity and beauty of village life. She helped tend to the garden, participated in meditation sessions, and shared stories with the villagers. Each day she felt more connected to the wisdom that had guided her journey. One evening, as they sat under the banyan tree, Master Long shared a story about a young monk who had once struggled with feelings of loneliness. "This monk, much like you, found solace in the simple moments of life," Long said. "He learned that true happiness is not found in material possessions or grand achievements, but in the connections we make and the kindness we show to others." Mei reflected on his words, realizing that her journey had come full circle. She had found happiness not through grand gestures, but through the small, meaningful moments she shared with her friends and community. When it was time for Mei to return to the city, the villagers gathered to bid her farewell. "You have touched our hearts with your stories and your kindness," Chen said. "We hope that you will carry our village's spirit with you, just as we carry yours in our hearts." Back in the city, Mei felt a renewed sense of purpose. She continued to nurture the storytelling club, sharing the wisdom she had gained from Master Long and the villagers of Shingan. The club became a sanctuary for many, a place where they could find peace and happiness in the simple act of sharing their stories. As the seasons changed, so did the lives of Mei, Wei, Jiang, and Li. They continued to find joy in their connections with each other and the community they had built. The lessons of Master Long echoed in their hearts, guiding them to live with mindfulness and compassion. One summer evening, as the group gathered for their weekly session, Li announced, "I have a surprise for everyone." He unveiled a beautiful calligraphy scroll, each stroke reflecting the wisdom he had learned from Jiang and the teachings of Master Long. The scroll read, "Happiness is found in the journey, not the destination. Embrace each moment with love and compassion." May's heart swelled with gratitude as she looked around at her friends. They had all grown and changed, their lives intertwined by the simple, powerful act of sharing stories and wisdom. In that moment, she realized that they were all dancing to the same rhythm of life, each step a testament to the power of human connection and the pursuit of happiness. The city and the village of Shingan had grown closer through the shared experiences and wisdom of their residents. The exchange of letters, visits, and stories had created a bridge of understanding and compassion. As the harvest season approached, both communities prepared to celebrate their shared bond with a special festival. In the city, May and her friends decided to host a grand storytelling event at the library. They invited villagers from Shingan, planning to create a space where stories, laughter, and wisdom could flow freely. The anticipation of the festival brought a renewed sense of excitement and purpose to everyone involved. On the day of the festival, the library was adorned with colorful lanterns, and the aroma of delicious food filled the air. Villagers and city dwellers mingled, sharing stories and traditions. The atmosphere was one of joy and unity, a testament to the power of human connection. Wei, eager to share his grandmother's dragon stories, stood before the crowd with a confident smile. "Dragons," he began, "are more than mythical creatures. They are symbols of strength, wisdom, and happiness. My grandmother taught me that happiness is like a dragon, mysterious, powerful, and found in the most unexpected places." As Wei's story unfolded, the audience was captivated by his words. The tale of dragons weaving through the skies and bringing joy to those who believed in their magic resonated deeply with everyone present. Wei's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm, his voice carrying the legacy of his grandmother's wisdom. Next, Zhang stepped forward, holding a brush and ink. "I would like to share the art of calligraphy with you all," he said. "Each stroke of the brush is a reflection of the soul, and through this art, we can find peace and happiness." With steady hands, Zhang demonstrated the beauty of calligraphy, his movements graceful and deliberate. The audience watched in awe as he created intricate characters, each one imbued with meaning and emotion. Zhang's calm presence and thoughtful words reminded everyone of the importance of mindfulness and intention in daily life. Li, inspired by Zhang's demonstration, shared a personal story about resilience and strength. "When I was a child, my village experienced a terrible flood," he began. "The waters rose quickly, and we had to rebuild our homes and our lives. It was a difficult time, but my mother always told me that happiness is like a river. It flows, it ebbs, but it never disappears." Li's story of overcoming adversity and finding joy in the face of challenges touched the hearts of those listening. His message of resilience and the enduring power of happiness resonated deeply, reminding everyone that happiness is not the absence of difficulties, but the ability to find light in the darkest of times. As the evening continued, May took the stage, her heart full of gratitude and love for her friends and community. "This festival is a celebration of our shared journey," she said. "We have learned that happiness is found in the simple everyday moments of connection, kindness, and compassion." She shared a story from her visit to Shingan, recounting the wisdom of Master Long and the villagers. "Master Long taught me that true happiness is not a destination but a journey. It is found in the small acts of kindness, in the moments of mindfulness, and in the connections we make with others." May's words were met with applause and smiles, the audience moved by her sincerity and warmth. As the festival drew to a close, the attendees gathered around a large bonfire, sharing stories and laughter late into the night. The flames danced in the darkness, a symbol of the light and joy that their shared bond had brought into their lives. Back in Shingen, the villagers celebrated the harvest season with their own festivities. Inspired by the city's storytelling event, they organized a series of activities that highlighted the importance of community and mindfulness. There were games, dances, and communal meals, each event a reminder of the joy found in togetherness. Master Long watched the celebrations with a contented heart. He knew that the bond between the city and the village had grown stronger, and that the wisdom of mindfulness and compassion would continue to flourish. The teachings of the monastery had spread far and wide, touching the lives of many, and bringing happiness to those who embraced them. As the harvest season came to an end, May and her friends reflected on the journey they had undertaken. They had found happiness not through grand gestures, but through the simple, everyday moments of connection and kindness. The teachings of Master Long had guided them, and their bond had grown stronger with each passing day. The festival was a testament to the power of human connection, and the stories shared that night became a cherished memory for all who attended. Mei, Wei, Jiang, and Li continued to nurture their community, finding joy in the simple act of being together. In the end, the story of Mei, Wei, Jiang, Li, and the villagers of Xingan was a reminder that happiness is not a destination, but a journey. It is found in the moments of connection, the acts of kindness, and the mindfulness that we bring to each day. The dance of life is a beautiful, ever-changing rhythm, and it is in embracing each step that we find true happiness. The story of Mei, Wei, Jiang, Li, and the villagers of Xingan was a tale of interconnected lives, bound by the pursuit of happiness and the wisdom of Master Long. As the journey reached its culmination, the lessons they had learned continued to shape their actions and relationships. One crisp winter morning, Mei awoke to find a letter waiting for her. The letter was from Master Long, inviting her and her friends to a special celebration in Xingan. The villagers had organized a festival to honor the bond between the city and the village, and Mei felt a sense of excitement and anticipation. When Mei shared the news with Wei, Jiang, and Li, they were all eager to attend. The journey to Xingan was filled with laughter and stories, the camaraderie between them stronger than ever. As they arrived at the village, they were greeted with open arms by the villagers and monks. The festival was a vibrant celebration of life and community. Colorful banners adorned the streets, and the aroma of delicious food filled the air. There were performances, dances, and activities that showcased the rich cultural heritage of Xingan. Master Long welcomed Mei and her friends with a warm smile. "It is an honor to have you here," he said. "This festival is a testament to the bonds we have forged and the happiness we have found in each other's company." As the day progressed, Mei and her friends participated in various activities, immersing themselves in the beauty and simplicity of village life. Wei, inspired by the tales of dragons, created a series of drawings that captivated the villagers. Zhang shared his calligraphy skills, teaching the art of mindful brushstrokes to those eager to learn. Li, with his quiet strength, helped organize events and ensured that everyone felt included. In the evening, the villagers and city dwellers gathered around a large bonfire. Master Long stood before them, his presence serene and commanding. "Tonight we celebrate not just our bond, but the journey we have undertaken to find happiness," he began. "Happiness is found in the small, everyday moments of connection and kindness. It is in the love we share, the compassion we show, and the mindfulness we bring to each moment." As Master Long spoke, the crowd listened with rapt attention. His words echoed the wisdom that had guided their journey, a reminder of the importance of living in the present and embracing each moment with gratitude. Following Master Long's speech, Mei stepped forward to share her reflections. "This journey has taught me that happiness is not a destination but a journey," she said. "It is found in the simple, everyday moments we share with those we love. It is in the stories we tell, the laughter we share, and the compassion we show." Her friends followed with their own reflections, each one a testament to the power of human connection and the pursuit of happiness. Wei spoke of his grandmother's stories and the joy of sharing them with others. Jiang reflected on the peace he found in calligraphy and the importance of mindfulness. Li shared his story of resilience and the enduring power of happiness in the face of adversity. As the evening drew to a close, the group gathered to release lanterns into the night sky. Each lantern carried a message of hope, love, and gratitude, a symbol of the light and joy that their bond had brought into their lives. The lanterns rose gracefully, illuminating the darkness and creating a breathtaking spectacle. Back in the city, May continued to nurture the storytelling club, guided by the wisdom she had gained from Master Long and the villagers of Shingan. The club became a sanctuary for many, a place where they could find peace and happiness in the simple act of sharing their stories. The bond between the city and the village grew stronger, united by a shared commitment to living mindfully and compassionately. The teachings of Master Long continued to spread, touching the lives of many and bringing happiness to those who embrace them. As the years passed, Mei, Wei, Jiang, and Li remained close friends, their lives intertwined by the simple, powerful act of sharing stories and wisdom. They continued to find joy in the everyday moments of connection and kindness, living each day with gratitude and mindfulness. In the end, the story of Mei, Wei, Jiang, Li, and the villagers of Shingan was a reminder that happiness is not a destination but a journey. It is found in the moments of connection, the acts of kindness, and the mindfulness that we bring to each day. The dance of life is a beautiful, ever-changing rhythm, and it is in embracing each step that we find true happiness. And so the tale of being happy came full circle, a testament to the enduring power of love, compassion, and the simple, everyday moments that make life truly beautiful.